Friday Night Fights, presented by Miller High Life. And we're in the Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado, the home of the former world champion, Stevie Johnston, one of the top pound-for-pound champions in boxing, until he met Jose Luis Castillo. Castillo is the lightweight champion of the world now, but ventures into Johnston's hometown. The rematch is our main event.
It's time for the main event. In Denver, Colorado, the home of two-time world champion Stevie Johnston. It's the rematch of their war of June of this year. Jose Luis Castillo defends for the first time against Stevie Johnston. It was entertaining the first time around. It should be the same tonight here in Denver. It's Castillo Johnston 2 for the WBC Lightweight Championship of the World in the challenger's hometown of Denver. 26-year-old Jose Luis Castillo took a tough road to a world championship. Former sparring partner of Julio Cesar Chavez, Castillo outworked Stevie Johnston in June to take the title. The former champ is looking to regain the title for the third time. He says he's trained differently for the rematch and is ready to regain the belt, which he feels he never should have relinquished. June 17th, under a hot California sun, Johnston defended his title in his 11th title fight against a challenger who was fighting for a world title for his first time. The early going showed the experience of Johnston, counter-punching beautifully. As the fight wore on, Castillo's conditioning and heart turned the tide. 26-year-old from Sonora, Mexico, didn't want to miss the opportunity for a championship. He took the fight right to the champion, Stevie Johnston. Close fight had many swings of momentum. The 8th round, a perfect example of how these two lightweights both had to dig deep, with the flurry that left the fans in attendance cheering for more from two of the best lightweights in the world. What the champion got was more aggression from the challenger. The battle turned towards Castillo in the late going. Stevie Johnston knew his title might be slipping away. Castillo closed out the war like a true champion, and it paid off when he heard the words he's waited a lifetime for.
And new lightweight champion of the world, Jose Luis El Temible Castillo.
So for the second time in his career, Stevie Johnston had lost the lightweight championship. Plain and simply put, with his wife expecting leading up to the fight, Stevie Johnston's mind wasn't exactly on boxing.
You can't be focused because you be thinking about your wife, and that's what I was doing. I was thinking about my wife at the time, but she was pregnant, and I just couldn't get it in gear. You know? And plus, it was hot, and I didn't train for the heat, like, you know, because LA's heat was a lot different than Denver's heat, and he wanted to fight.
Sí, sí, claro.
Yes, yes.
Va a ser una pelea un poquito más complicada.
It's going to be a fight that's going to be a little bit more complicated.
Pero yo pienso que es mentira lo que dice Johnston, de que no estaba preparado.
But I think Johnston is not being truthful when he says that he wasn't prepared.
Porque aguantó los 12 rounds tirando golpes.
Because he went 12 rounds throwing punches.
So the scene has shifted to Denver for the rematch, the Mile High home of the former champion, who says things will be different the second time around.
More or less boxing this time, in and out. That's all I'm gonna do, just in and out. Boxing, be smart. Last time, like I said, I was trying to back him up and I couldn't just because I didn't have the fuel in my tank. And you know, he said he's stronger than me, but I doubt it. It's just that the heat wore me down, and that was about it.
So Castillo defends for the first time in the ex-champ's hometown, and he feels the knockout isn't the only way he can succeed, but it's the best.
No necesariamente, también puedo ganar por decisión.
Not necessarily. I can also win by a decision.
Una decisión clara.
A clear decision.
Pero como te digo,
But like I'm telling you,
por la preparación que he hecho, tengo confianza en que voy a ganar por nocaut.
the way I prepared myself, I'm very confident that I will win by a knockout.
Crowd pumping up. Stevie Johnston, hometown hero, two-time world champion, is in the ring.
This crowd is getting fired up.
Jose Luis Castillo, the former sparring partner for Julio Cesar Chavez, Remember, Chavez used to come into the ring with the same type of headband on. So, certainly a feeling that this is a championship belt he does not want to give up here tonight. And he comes into the Lion's Den as he has to defend for the first time in the rematch in the former champion's hometown. Normally at this point we go to Atlas's World, but instead with Scott Ledoux next to me, we go to Ledoux's must-dos, Scotty.
I'll tell you what, Johnson's definitely got a tough time here tonight. He's going to have to work with Castillo. Castillo's got to force Johnson back by holding his ground and force Johnson inside, where Castillo was so successful in that first fight. He really roughed him up. And I'll tell you what, Stevie Johnston, he's got to get off the dime tonight. He's got to let those hands go, avoid complacency, and he cannot let Castillo back him up. He's got to fight his fight, move in and out and throw his shots. Otherwise, he's not going to win tonight.
Now let's get this rematch started with Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, in association with Mr. Barry Fay, present 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Lightweight Championship of the World. Sanctioned by the Colorado State Boxing Commission Chairman, the Executive Director, Michael Cook, Director of Boxing, Joseph Mason, WBC Supervisors, Roy Van Puten and Rex Walker. The three judges at ringside scoring the bout will be Daniel Van de Wiel from Belgium, John Keane from Great Britain, and Ken Morita from Japan. And with the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action from Las Vegas, Nevada, Richard Steele. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Pepsi Center here in the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado, let's get ready to rumble! He weighs 134.6 pounds and brings a professional record to the ring consisting of 30 victories, including 15 knockouts with only 2 losses. Tonight, he returns to his hometown in search of victory and redemption. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the challenger from Denver, Colorado, the two-time lightweight champion of the world, Stevie Littlebug Johnston. And with the helmet across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing green trimmed with red and white, he weighs 134.4 pounds and brings an outstanding record to the ring with 41 victories, including 37 knockouts with only 4 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, de Sonora, Mexico, here is the reigning and defending WBC lightweight champion of the world, Jose Luis Castillo.
Crowd is certainly a factor here tonight, and if Stevie Johnston wins this fight,
in the dressing room.
let's listen to Richard Steele quickly.
Obey my commands at all times. Shake hands and good luck.
A quick look at the rules for the WBC World Lightweight Championship. No 3 knockdown rule, no standing 8. Only the ref can stop the fight. Fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. And in the event of an accidental foul, they go to the scorecards after 4 rounds are complete. Castillo has lost 4 times, each time by stoppage. Stevie Johnston has never been stopped. And let's see if this picks up where the last fight left off. If Stevie Johnston, Scott, can pull this off, he will make history, joining Hall of Famer Jimmy Carter as the only man to win the lightweight championship 3 times.
I'll tell you, that's some real good company, I'll tell you that. He's got an uphill climb here, but he's capable of doing it. He's proven it before. Twice before he's been beaten and come back and won the belt back.
There's no secrets here between these 2 guys. It went 12 grueling rounds on June 17th under a very hot sun. Stevie Johnston had some reasons. Didn't say they were excuses. He had reasons for why he lost that fight. and he vowed that he would get the belt back tonight in his hometown.
Okay, Stevie Johnston, you can tell, is a lot leaner than he was that last fight. He's got some little ripple in that stomach. He didn't have that in the last fight.
Castillo equally in fine condition.
Castillo said he only trained 3 weeks for the last fight. Now he's had 10.
Johnson not known as a huge puncher, but he's a great boxer with great skills both defensively and offensively. Very smart in the ring, had a great amateur career, 3-time U.S. national champion.
Stevie's doing a nice job of keeping his right foot outside that left foot. Castillo, I thought he's doing a great job. Castillo has not been able to solve that yet.
Castillo with plenty of knockout power, 41 wins, 37 by KO. Last fight between these two lightweights had several switches in the momentum. Johnson pretty much said it was because of his inactivity. He knows he was outworked. He knows that he needs to work harder against Castillo tonight.
Well, he's had Castillo backing up here so far, and that's what he needs to do to win this fight. He hasn't got caught in an inside war.
This is Stevie Johnston's 12th championship fight. It is Jose Luis Castillo's second.
Castillo showed in the last fight, though, he has the heart and the conditioning to continue on, to go 12 rounds.
Good right hand by Castillo.
Got to stay off that inside right there. Should they bang heads? That's where Stevie got cut last time. Got to stay out of those inside moves.
Good ripping body shot with the left hand by Stevie Johnston.
And he's really worked on that body this round right away. Nice left hand to the chin.
Castillo peppering the face of Johnston with some rather weak shots. So this WBC lightweight championship fight is underway. Round 2 will be next. Welcome back to the WBC lightweight championship of the world. Stevie Johnston trying to regain the title for the 3rd time, going up against the man he lost the belt to, Jose Luis Castillo.
I'll tell you what, they really got heated that last 30 seconds. Good left hand. Good left hand.
Stevie Johnston scores with the power shot. Each fighter landed 9 punches in the first round. Each had 5 power shots and 4 jabs. Talking about how Stevie Johnston doesn't have a lot of power. He's got enough power.
He landed a pretty straight left hand there, I'll tell you. Castillo got woke up with that one. Stevie's not getting caught this time, trapped on the inside, banging heads.
He needs to keep space.
Got that range. We call it range in the gym. Keep your range. Not his range, your range. Keep your distance away from him, where you're comfortable.
Certainly the crowd here in Denver, Stevie Johnston really has never moved out of the area. Trained in Colorado Springs as an amateur. And just walking around the arena tonight, kids, everyone just talking about how Stevie Johnston's going to regain the title.
Come on, pull him back, Stevie, pull him back. Right. Pull him back, don't hold him.
Castillo getting warned for holding. He got a point taken away in the last fight, if I remember correctly, for holding.
There's swelling around the right eye of Stevie Johnston already in this fight. I don't know if that was from an earlier jab in the first round.
Right.
But his right eye has a little bit of swelling. I saw Stevie Johnston in our hotel this afternoon. He said he could not wait until tonight's fight. He felt naked without that belt.
Yesterday, he was so excited when I interviewed him. He was just so pumped up. He wants his title back so bad.
Come on, pull it back, Stevie. Right, step back.
It's not the kind of action that Stevie Johnston wants to be involved with inside with Castillo.
Ooh, he threw that left hand, he just missed it. Castillo landed a little right hand, though. It's not where Stevie wants to be.
Pull it back, Steve. Pull your arm back.
Johnson trying to impose his will while Castillo up against the ropes.
He's doing a good job with so far, fighting his fight.
Right, step back, step back.
But he can't get trapped in there. That's where they banged heads last time. Castillo doesn't seem to be on right now, that's for sure.
Action heating up in round 2 of this championship battle. Denver, the home of world champions, the Avalanche, Stevie Johnston, Denver Broncos. In fact, Mike Shanahan in attendance tonight here at ringside. And Stevie Johnston wants to bring another title home to the Mile High City. And he's got plenty of support. His wife, Vivian, his daughter, Vivica, his mom, Lorraine, all here at ringside, watching the dad and the husband trying to bring back home the gold. Scott, there's a lot of pressure when you fight in your hometown. There's a lot of obligations for tickets. There's a lot of people pulling on you.
Yeah, but that's why he stayed away. Stayed in training camp till last week. Didn't want to have that pressure.
He certainly has the advantage of the hometown crowd. Castillo makes him miss poorly. CompuBox stats in round 2. Both fighters throwing the same number of punches. Johnston scoring with 6 more than Castillo.
Stevie's got to let those hands go a little bit more, though. He isn't as busy. He started out busy. He's got to pick it up again. He's getting complacent. So let the hands go. Dictate the fight. Dictate the punches. Don't let him punch first. You punch first.
He's doing a lot of bouncing, but not much punching.
Exactly. Can't let this guy throw punches and you don't answer. Right there, he just threw punches and he didn't answer. Again.
Go home. Right, step back, step back.
Stevie Johnston is even short as a lightweight, and that is a disadvantage for him against a straight-up fighter like Castillo.
No doubt about it, and he just missed it, a straight left hand down the chute. He was definitely throwing more left hands down the chute tonight than I saw him in the last fight.
Johnston, though, pushing Castillo away, maybe showing a little more strength than Castillo.
He doesn't want to be in this place. He's got to step back and fight him outside. Doesn't want to be inside there. He's going to let those hands go. Make Castillo grab on.
Well, this action very reminiscent to that previous fight.
Doesn't want to be there. He knows that. I'm sure his corner's going to tell him that.
Johnston up against the ropes.
Not where he wants to be.
Making Castillo miss though.
A lot, but he's still on the ropes. He's got to fire back. Can't let those punches go unanswered.
Now he's got Castillo around.
Got to let his hands go though. He's not doing it. Got to let him go. He lets him go on the outside, but inside he seems to hold up as this guy fights. Oh, this is not a good place for him.
Heads are very close right there.
Right.
Heads are just bouncing off each other.
Lucas Steele did a good job making him fight inside. Don't let him tie up. That's not good. That's not good at all for Johnston.
Good left hand inside by Castillo. Castillo wants to fight inside. That's how he won the first one.
This is Castillo's fight, not Johnston.
Well, this is an action fight for sure. The third round scheduled for 12.
Oh, they're letting him go now.
Stevie Johnston and Castillo toe-to-toe for the championship. Pretty good fight so far. Castillo flirting with a foul here.
I'll tell you, he must have watched too many highlight films of Galata.
Don't hold him, work.
The corner of Stevie Johnston between rounds 5 and 6 told him that he's pitching a shutout, Scott. I know they try to psychologically motivate the fighter in the corner, but that's bad advice.
I don't know what fight they're watching because I got him trailing right now. Stevie's got to let those hands go.
Some blood now continues to flow from the nose of Castillo. And between rounds, the referee, Richard Steele, visited the corner of the champion and said, hey, another low blow, and I'm going to have to take a point away from you.
As well he should. He's done it about 4 or 5 times, way south of the border. Nice left hand. Nice left hand by Johnson. That's the thing. He's letting his hands go this time.
This is an action fight all the way. It's been an action night here in Denver.
One great fight after another.
Johnson beginning to turn the steam up, turn the heat up just a bit here in the 6th.
Right, step back. Come on, work. Right, step back.
Through 5 rounds for the WBC Lightweight Championship. Scott Ledoux's card shows Castillo up by 2, but a long way to go.
Lots of rounds left.
Pull it back.
It's been a good turnaround round for Stevie Johnston. He scored a couple nice power shots, but up against the ropes, he's giving Castillo an opportunity to dig in.
Can pick up some more points. Stevie's got to let him go here. There he is.
Great action. What can you say?
These guys, I'll tell you, a couple of great warriors.
Whoa! Big right hand by Castillo. Rocks the head back of Stevie Johnston, who just keeps on coming. Crowd on their feet.
Toe to toe. Let him go, Stevie.
Right. Step back.
And both fighters feeding off the crowd right now.
What a great, courageous fighter Castillo is. I'll tell you, he just comes to fight, doesn't he?
As much as the crowd is chanting Stevie, I think that's giving Castillo some kind of energy as well.
Well, it's exciting to be in a fight where the crowd is this excited.
Real nice stiff jab by Castillo moving in there.
Pull it back.
Approaching the midway point of the rematch. 18 rounds of non-stop action between Castillo and Stevie Johnston. High excitement level here in Denver as the WBC Lightweight Championship is being contested. The champion, Jose Luis Castillo, a rematch with Stevie Johnston. Midway point in the fight, Scott Ledoux. Is it going the way you expected?
I'll tell you what, Stevie Johnston's fighting a little more inside than I'd like, but it's been a great fight. Castillo has shown the heart and courage he showed in the last fight, but Stevie Johnston's got more fire tonight, more heart into this one.
Oh, a whole lot of blood on the back of Castillo. Hard to tell with their heads so close together, but just a lot of blood all of a sudden. I think it's from Castillo. From the nose of Stevie Johnston, though, is where the blood is coming. Nice chopping left hand by Stevie Johnston.
Let him go.
The right cheek of Castillo swelling. Here in the 7th round, a left hand of Stevie Johnston has tattooed that cheek.
Stevie is starting to let his hands go. He's got to continue to do that. Got to keep that pace up. Castillo shows a little bit of fatigue here. I don't know.
See it in his legs, not quite the same bounce.
Yes,
Stevie Johnston lowers the shoulder as Castillo moves in.
And Castillo's not punching as much inside as Stevie is right now.
Scott, you told me after the last round you thought that might have been a turning point for Stevie Johnston. Why?
Because he was so enthusiastic in there. He started letting his hands go. I just thought I saw a different Stevie Johnston. He's got to let him go. Keep letting him go.
Castillo holding and hitting Stevie Johnston right in his face. Now it's Johnston who's bullying Castillo around the ring. Once again, the infighting, it would seem, favors Castillo.
It's a good pitch. Another low blow there. I know what Steele's waiting for.
Left hand by Johnston.
Power punches by both of them right there. They're letting him go right now.
Castillo showing that mouthpiece. Both fighters have to be tired. No way you can go like this and not be tired.
It'll be great to see the punch number count here after this round.
Right, step back, step back.
Through the previous round, through round 6, Castillo had thrown 409 punches. Stevie Johnston, 319. Good left hand to the ear of Stevie Johnston by Castillo.
Pull it back and work.
More of the same. The brutality continues.
Good combination.
Welcome back to Denver, Colorado. Larry Michael and Scott Ledoux. WBC Lightweight Championship being contested tonight. Jose Luis Castillo defending for the first time against the man he won the belt from, Stevie Johnston. And it's been an unbelievably exciting fight thus far. Another low blow by Castillo. Richard Steele, though, does not take note of the low blow.
No, Stevie Johnston's got a little fresher look to him. Castillo, I thought, has not looked real fresh in the corner over there a little bit ago. He's looking real tired.
Punches in round 7. Castillo threw 112. In fact, combined punches in this fight through 7 rounds, over 1,100 punches thrown by these lightweights. And Scott, as you said earlier tonight, it did take you a little bit of time to accumulate that many punches.
Oh, that was like 8 years, I think.
Right, step back, watch your
Castillo's legs began to wobble at the end of the last round.
He is not the enthusiastic guy he was early, and Stevie seems to be picking up the pace. See?
Good body shot by Castillo, though. He's got the heart of the champion.
He's got to answer him. Stevie can't let this guy throw 4 or 5 punches without answering him. There's a left hand.
Work. Work, don't hold.
Scott Ledoux scorecard after 7 rounds has Castillo up by a point. So Stevie Johnston
Get out.
closed the deal a little bit starting in round 6, as Scott Ledoux made note of. Castillo firing away to the body, flirting with danger, because if he goes low again, Richard Steele has said he will take a point away. Johnson goes for the body.
Stevie's got to let his hands go. Castillo's not stopped coming forward, but Stevie's got to fire and pick him off.
Body shot by Stevie Johnston.
Right, step back.
Little spring still in Stevie's legs.
Got plenty of spring in his legs. Whereas Castillo kind of walking as, trying to get a little strength back.
Come on, work inside.
Johnston misfires the left hand.
Stevie's got to let him go if he's going to win this fight. Castillo's shown a lot of heart, a lot of courage.
Nice uppercut by Johnston with the left hand.
Snapped his head back.
Another action round, round 8. Castillo and Johnston going to the bell.
Nice one. Another left hand.
Oh, what an even fight. Who knows what the scorecards at ringside say. Stevie Johnston and the champion, Jose Luis Castillo. So even, in fact, each man has landed the same number of punches through 8 rounds. Each has landed 137 shots.
Stevie Johnston still got a little bounce in his legs. That's intimidating to Castillo, I think. Stevie's got to let him go now. There he did.
There's the punch stats. I think both men will surpass 1,000 punches thrown in this fight.
This might be a round where Stevie's just going to move and stick, and then next round go back to the same plan. You got to change the pace sometimes.
Good body shot by Castillo, catching Johnston retreating.
Right, step back.
If he's going to dance and move, he can't afford to be hit in that position.
Right, step back. Step back.
The thing about Castillo, he does not step back very well.
Don't hold him, Steve. Don't hold him. Keep him out.
Body shot by Castillo.
Right, step back.
The surprise, Scott, that neither man has really slowed down. These guys are in tremendous condition, but they've gone full tilt for 8.5 rounds.
And they've got the World Championship belt on there. There's no reason to save anything in the tank. Be on empty when that final bell rings, or past empty.
It's like I bring back my rental cars.
Yeah. Stevie slipped about 4 punches there. And I'll tell you what, Castillo looking a little tired to me. Missing a lot of punches.
Missing wildly.
Step back, step back.
Nice right jab, nice right jab.
Jab has been a missing punch for both fighters in this fight.
It's been a good round for Stevie so far.
Right.
Castillo doing a nice job though, he's got a lot of heart.
This is a somewhat of a flip-flop with the first fight. When Castillo came on after the midway point of the fight, it would seem that Stevie Johnston has come on after the 6th round here tonight.
Exactly. Stevie's coming on right now. Early on, he was letting Castillo have his way.
Nice combination by Stevie Johnston.
He's letting some bombs go right here.
Johnson dropped his arms, maybe getting a little arm weary here as the 9th round comes to a conclusion.
Stevie Johnston, no.
Jab from Stevie Johnston.
Night and day from last time.
What a great rivalry has developed between Castillo and Stevie Johnston. 21 rounds now of tremendous action, Max and Brian.
Larry, that's right. And pretty much when we were talking about the Stevie Johnston fight, at some point you're going to have to give a lot of credit to Castillo at this point, who's fighting very well once again against the guy we had one of the best pound for pound.
Absolutely. I thought Johnston won the first fight close, just as I thought he won the first Bazan fight close. But in the Bazan rematch, Johnston got on his toes, let Bazan come to him, and counterpunched. And he won it going away. He whitewashed Bazan in the rematch. I expected to see that tonight. That's not at all what we're seeing. Johnston is flat-footed on the inside. I still think he's up a couple points, but it's not a kind of whitewash that I was expecting to see. Johnston, even when he's off and not fighting a smart fight, is still a very good fighter, as I said at the top, but not dominant like when he's boxing.
Has he lost a little bit, or at this point is Castillo the wrong guy? I think he feels he has to take the fight from the champion and wants to go through him, and it's the wrong strategy. Very good fight. Let's send it back to Larry and Scott. Gentlemen?
All right, guys, Castillo in the previous round connected on just 4 of 60 punches. So Stevie Johnston's doing something right.
I'll tell you what, Castillo's getting tired, and Stevie Johnston is picking up the pace. He's really showing the championship caliber tonight, I'll tell you that. He's showing his courage.
Comment, Scott, on Max's comment that Stevie Johnston, kind of a macho thing, wants to go through the champion thinking he's got to beat the champion at his own game. Is that a good strategy?
I don't think it's a good strategy. And in the last round, he stepped outside and made the champion reach for him. And now he's going back at him again. Instead of moving away, now he's changed it again. He's moving forward instead of moving away.
Pull it back, right.
The champion doesn't know how to fight him right now.
Very tough fight to score. Punches in round 9, as you saw, again, very even. 668 punches attempted by Castillo. 530 for Stevie Johnston.
Right.
There really has not been a slow moment in this fight.
Right. Right back to that.
Checking Scott's card. As he said, the 6th round, a turnaround round for Stevie Johnston, who is up by a slim point right now on Scott's card.
And he just threw a nice combination in the corner there. Nice little right hook, stepped around him.
Castillo turned his back on Stevie Johnston, who had the arm cocked but did not fire.
Stevie Johnston is not looking weary at all. Stevie Johnston looked like the fighter started the fight. He's very fresh. He's very excited about what's going on.
Castillo putting some heat on Stevie Johnston right now.
Gotta
give it to the champion. He's not going to give this belt up easily. Good body shot by Castillo. And another one underneath. Johnston a counter right.
I'll tell you, Castillo's got so much heart. He'll be there all night.
Right, step back.
Straight left hand by Johnson. Straight left hand.
Could hear the thump of that punch.
This is the difference from the last fight. Last time Castillo threw punches, and Johnston watched. He's throwing with them this time.
Castillo will not let Johnston off the ropes. The crowd trying to rally Stevie Johnston. Good left hand by Johnston.
Right.
The difference is Stevie's punching with him this time. Good left hand. Oh, this Castillo's got heart.
A lot of blood from the nose of Stevie Johnston in this fight. He's been bleeding for the last 3 rounds.
Pull him back, Stevie. Pull your arm back. Right.
Nice sneaky right hand in there by Stevie Johnston. Rocks the head of Castillo.
Another left hand.
Let him up.
Now he's leading and getting ahead.
6 minutes to go in this WBC lightweight championship fight. Miguel Diaz in the corner of Stevie Johnston. Let's listen in.
What round is it? 11 rounds. We got 6 more minutes. 6 more minutes. You can do that in your sleep,
Take them up, peace out. Take them up, peace out. Let them breathe a little bit. Breathe in. Big ones, Stevie. Big ones.
Deep breath, baby. Deep breath. This ain't shit. Keep moving. That ain't nothing but scratches.
Moving and punches, Stevie.
Okay.
Give me some water on top of the head.
Only 2 rounds left. Put some water on his head.
Throw it on.
It's cooling in. Back to school, Stevie. Back to school.
Dry the gloves.
Got the gloves off. 6 more minutes, baby. 6 more minutes. Box the move.
Don't worry. Let us down. I think you water. Go. Leave me in town.
Punches and bunches. Castillo threw 105 power punches in the 10th round. Goodness gracious. Stevie Johnston threw 88.
We're into the championship rounds now, pal. There's no more 10 rounds. This is championship fighting now. The last 2 rounds are the championship rounds.
Still could go either way.
It separates the men from the boys here.
Castillo just gasping for air. Stevie Johnston is in good shape, but he's far from being fresh, that's for sure. Good legs, though, still under Stevie Johnston.
Good right jab is what he's keeping him in here right now. Throwing that jab and keeping him off. A lot of
Right. Keep him in front.
Stevie's been really busy letting his hands go the last few rounds. That's the important thing.
Of course, punches landed doesn't necessarily give you the official opinion of the judges at ringside, just a gauge. 2 minutes to go in the 11th round. So similar to the last fight. It might just be the conditioning that'll be a difference.
It's a big difference for Stevie. He's just coming on. Castillo, though, what a heart this kid's got. And he's just underlaying like an octopus in there sometimes.
Earlier, Castillo talked of how he could win a decision in Stevie Johnston's hometown. You've gone through 11 rounds almost. Do you think this is the type of fight that he was talking about?
Listen, I think he had to do more to win this fight right now. But
even though he's the champ, so is Stevie Johnston.
He's a champion also. It's not like he's a challenger. He's a champion from the past. 2 champions in the ring.
It's an international judging crew here from England, Japan, and Belgium. No Americans on the crew and no Mexicans on the crew.
So hometown doesn't mean a thing when it comes to the judges.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't, but the crowd is here, and they've been effective. Guarantee you Stevie Johnston has hurt him. Castillo firing out of the corner, peppering the head of Stevie Johnston.
I'll tell you what, Castillo's having a good round.
Castillo scoring with some power shots in the 11th round.
Castillo having a good round.
Neither fighter has had a draw on their record. A win by Johnson would probably necessitate the trifecta, the third fight. Castillo now has turned the tide. Johnston is level. Castillo knows it. Johnston holding on as the 11th round comes to a close. Ladies two lightweights have gone through 2 fights of mayhem. Very evenly matched. 3 minutes to go to see if Stevie Johnston can make history and regain the lightweight championship for a 3rd time.
Don't hold him, don't hold him.
Castillo had his best moment of the fight at the end of round 11. Stevie Johnston was wobbled and was holding on at the end of the 11th.
Yes, he was. But he's got to let it come go now. He's got to fire. He's going to win this fight. This fight's very close. Very close. This is the championship round. Castillo's showing a lot of excitement here.
Scotty, you got Johnston up by a point on your scorecard. Castillo doing a little bit more here in the 12th and final round so far.
They're not landing anything, right? Throwing a lot of punches, but not landing. But Stevie's got to answer. Can't let him steal around from him. It's the championship round. He's got to take it.
Neither man has been down.
Last round. Come on, break, guys, break.
It's the first moment of fatigue there. You saw both guys take deep breaths.
Yep.
Break, 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 break. Listen to me, listen.
Richard Steele, as much criticism as he's had over the years, has done a good job in there tonight.
He's been a wonderful referee tonight. You haven't seen him in there.
You see just by looking at the sleeves of his arms how much work he's done. They're just completely covered with blood.
Break, break. Get out of there, punch.
This fight is so close. Final minute of this fight could determine who goes home with that championship
That's
fight.
where it's at right now, as far as I'm concerned.
Don't hold it.
Whoever wins this last minute will win the fight.
Break, break.
Well, if these guys don't have respect for each other after this, they'll never have respect for each other.
Stevie got caught, though. He landed the left, but then he got caught.
Get back, get back.
Castillo scored with a power shot. Stevie Johnston staying up against the ropes. Still 45 seconds to go in this fight.
Stevie's got to let those hands go. The only way he's going to win this fight.
Castillo having his moments here at the end of the 12th round. Scores with a left hand.
Castillo pulling this thing out. Stevie's got to get out of there and fight. Land some clean shots.
Johnson is fatigued. Closing seconds of the fight. Has he regained the title or is Castillo successfully defended? What a battle. Castillo celebrating. Castillo brought it home in style. Stevie Johnston, though, got it done in the middle rounds. Who is the champion? Will there be a new lightweight king? Total punches in the championship fight. Castillo over 1,000 punches. Stevie Johnston with a better percentage. Scott Ledoux's scorecard. The last 2 rounds going to Castillo to gain the draw. Sounds good to me. Very, very close fight. Could go either way. Did the crowd impact the fight? I think it did on behalf of Stevie Johnston, who once again walks away with a swollen face from the punches of Jose Luis Castillo. Scorecards being gathered as we await the decision. Stevie Johnston wants to hear the word new as the announcement is being made.
I'll tell you what, this has been a great crowd here tonight, and we've had nothing but good fights. It's been a real exciting night. It's been fun to watch. It's just amazing to me the heart these 2 young men had to 12 rounds make war like they did.
Tremendous fight. Michael Buffer is ready with the announcement. Let's go to Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 championship rounds, we go to the scorecards. John Keane scores the bout 114. He has it even. Ken Morita scores the bout 115 to 114. Daniel Vanderwiel scores the bout 115 to 114 for the winner by majority decision. And once again, the new lightweight champion of the world,
Stevie Johnston.
Stevie Johnston pulls it out by a point on 2 scorecards.
Unbelievable.
Stevie Johnston makes history as now a 3-time world lightweight champion. We'll talk to Stevie when we return back to the studio. That's it, Brian, guys.
Larry, thank you very much. Now, we're always here to say if a guy got a hometown job. Castillo had that look about him like, oh, of course I had no chance. But no, it was that close, and that's exactly how you scored it, 115-114.
I had it 115-114. I thought Scott Ledoux's card of 15-15 was good. 14-14 is fine. Stevie got a razor-thin decision in a fight that couldn't have been closer. Castillo's an excellent fighter. I thought Stevie was a hair better tonight. Stevie Johnston has lost some close ones in his career. He's won some close decisions, Jean-Baptiste Mendy, and now tonight, that's the way it goes.
And you mentioned, too, with Bazan last time. I thought he was barely beat Bazan, but I saw a sharper, tighter Stevie Johnston at that point. He is sort of on the other side. Now, great win, but he's not quite what he used to be.
I agree, because you saw in the Bazan rematch how he was boxing sharp, and after I made the comment, Stevie Johnston is flat-footed, he should be letting Castillo come to him. Well, he did let Castillo come to him, and that didn't seem to work too well either. It only worked in spots. He does seem maybe a half step slower, maybe not quite as tight with his defense, getting hit a little bit more, and maybe he is on the other side. He's an old 27 by boxing standards because he's been in so many tough fights.
What are your thoughts right now? You got the title back for the 3rd time.
Well, first of all, I want to thank Julio Castillo for giving me the rematch and Denver, Colorado for supporting me.
What was the key to the victory tonight? It was a lot like the last fight, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had to be smart. Last time I fought his fight, you know, my legs worked a lot of part, and it was just a great fight.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.